Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Over the past few days, we've actually seen some brand new leaks, some brand new rumors surface regarding Modern Warfare 3, and then also the MW3 and Warzone integration update that's going to be happening this fall just after the launch of the game. And it's pretty interesting information when it comes down to it in regards to the Warzone leaks. It's actually stemming from a place of concern that hopefully is going to, calm down a lot of people based off of the feedback that I saw, at least on my Twitter, and then in the comments of the videos that I've posted covering it. And then also some details that might be a bit concerning for multiplayer depending on what you're looking for out of gameplay. But lots to break down here as we get into it. If you guys are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button because every single day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, especially as we continue to ramp up in the MW3 reveal season. All the latest intel is going to be right here. You won't want to miss it. And if you guys enjoy this video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. Would be really appreciated. So first things first here, we actually got some brand new intel and some brand new leaks regarding the Modern Warfare 3 beta. There's been a lot of questions about this and when exactly it's going to be happening because officially Call of Duty has not announced anything yet, and all we've had to go off of so far is the various leaks and rumors from Insider Gaming and Tom Henderson that surfaced a few months back, stating that the initial beta, which would be the early access one, PlayStation would get first hands on, and then anybody who pre-ordered that early access period would be starting around October 6th and lasting through October 10th. Then the following weekend, the 12th through the 16th, would be the open beta available on all platforms as well. But now we actually have it on some more official but unofficial information. Apparently within a GameStop retailer, I believe it was, someone was able to see a piece of paper that listed all of the various pre-order options and bonus accessories for MW3, and on it states that the date is going to be October 6th for the beta, or it says, all the beta codes will be redeemed prior to the start date of October 6th. So while this isn't Call of Duty officially saying it, this is probably more than likely a note that was sent via Call of Duty or their press team for all the retailers that are offering pre-order purchases, right? So it does appear that in the most unofficial official way so far, October 6th is going to be the first time that any of us can get our hands on Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer and see exactly what it's all about. And speaking of MW2 multiplayer, this is the super smooth segue into the next leak that we have, or the next rumor that we have that surfaced over the weekend in regards to the MW2 2009 remastered maps. As I'm sure you know if you stayed up to date with the MW3 news and reveals so far, on launch day, day 1, November 10th for Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, our 6v6 map selection is going to be all 16 original MW2 2009 maps remastered. And here's a very key detail that's now surfaced via rumors and leaks. They're not going to be one-to-one remasters. Now, we've already seen some images of Terminal and Afghan through some of the social promotional stuff. Not really crazy detailed images, but some preview images. We know for a fact they're going to look different and be, remastered in the sense of the graphics. They're going to look better. The color schemes, the lighting, the ambiance is going to be a little bit different. But Charlie Intel posted via the MW2 Ghost saying, rumors claim that the MW2 2009 maps remastered in MW3 may have doors, like how we have seen on maps in recent Modern Warfare games. So depending on how you feel about doors, this could either be very good news or very bad news. Personally, I don't mind them all that much. I don't feel like it's something that's going to necessarily ruin a map or make a map one of the, greatest ever, but it is obviously going to change things up a little bit. So yes, while we are going to have all these remastered maps, and I know some people have been a bit disappointed by that because they want new content, even though the COD community also just hates every new map and asks for the old ones back anyways. Obviously these maps are going to play a bit different if there are doors in certain places. Estate probably going to have a lot more doors around the actual cabin itself, maybe into some of the other buildings. Favela could have doors around the various different buildings and houses you can go into. Wasteland, what if there's just random doors in the middle of the field? I think it'd be hilarious if they just did that. They just had one random door frame in the middle of the field that you could open and close or blow open. It would be funny. It's probably a map that might have the least amount of doors. So, hey, maybe Wasteland 24/7 for you if you just hate this news, right? But yeah, it does appear that doors are going to be back like in MW 2019. I don't think that's a game changer or a game breaker by any means, but it is news nonetheless. And then we get into some stuff that was definitely controversial when we talked about it. You may recall a few days ago we talked about some of the new map update leaks for the Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone integration that's set to take place in early December alongside the launch of Season 1 in MW3. And when we talked about these leaks, we mentioned that apparently because of what certain creators saw, like Modern Warzone and Charlie Intel when they went to go see MW3 early, they got a brief overview of the Zombies map, which is also the Warzone map since it's going to be large-scale open-world zombies, and it appeared to be the same general rundown as the Los Alamos, like, mini-map or tac map. It looked very similar to that, is what was described. Was said to be very POI dense on the brief look that they got out of it. There were some rivers flowing around the map. There was even more of like a central island-like area, but most notably it appeared that the map was no longer taking place in Los Alamos, and that's obviously been the rumor since we first saw that little tac map overview piece of paper in the MW2 campaign, right? Instead, it was shifting from a Los Alamos environment over towards a Urzikstan environment, and we know that Urzikstan is tied to Verdansk in like the Middle East there, based off of the info that we had back from MW 2019. In fact, you may recall that in the Season 4 intro cinematic, Urzikstan is actually shown as like a point of interest basically during this little infill cutscene. It's shown just next to Verdansk as a talking point. And now, you know, a couple years later, it does appear we're actually headed back to this general area and to Urzikstan for the next Warzone map. So we've kind of come full circle, but when this was initially talked about, there was a lot of concern that we were shifting from a Los Alamos environment, which was partially desert, but also, you know, partial city, as we know, based off of the Los Alamos points of interest in MW2 already, to Urzikstan, another desert map. And a lot of complaints were, oh boy, another desert map, more wide open sand dunes and empty space. But there's been a lot of concern elsewhere too, not just in my comments, not just over on my Twitter, which, by the way, if you don't follow me over there, feel free to do so at WhosImmortal. Really trying to grow on Twitter this year. But just in general, a lot of players were not too happy that Los Alamos was being shifted towards Urzikstan. However, Metaphor, who up until this point has accurately leaked a lot of details regarding the Warzone 2 update, but then also now what we've come to know as Modern Warfare 3 as well, and his leaks can be corroborated by the details that Charlie Intel and Modern Warzone have shared. He basically stated in response to the concerns of this being another desert map for Warzone that it's definitely not a desert map. And apparently, you know, based off the information that Metaphor has shared, he's seen the map. So him saying this seems like pretty decent confirmation, again, unofficially official, that even though it's set in Urzikstan, this new Warzone map apparently, keep in mind it's still just a rumor technically as of right now because COD hasn't confirmed it, it's not going to be like Al Mazrah in the desert with a bunch of open space, with a bunch of sand dunes, very little cover, sort of a bland color palette. It could be something entirely different, and based off of Metaphor's wording here, it seems like we're in for something that is much different than what our general concerns initially might be assuming. So definitely a very big leak there in regards to the map, not only obviously taking place in Urzikstan initially, as we talked about before, but it actually being a much different environment than we initially thought, which would be nice to see because I agree with a lot of the concerns here. I'd much rather have a much more vibrant map that's very dense with shrubs and trees, and it's more green and saturated than just an all orange and brown map, kind of like what Al Mazrah is now, with bits and pieces of grass and saturation and vibrancy sprinkled in here and there. And also, I want it to be point of interest dense, have there be a lot of POIs so you're not running through wildly vast open spaces, similar to how certain areas are on Al Mazrah or even Verdansk back in the day, and Caldera as well, which again, according to the details that we've got from Charlie Intel and Modern Warzone, it does appear like it could be a very POI enhanced map where that's a big focus and it's not as much empty spaces. So you like to hear that, or at least I do, and I think a lot of you will as well, based on the concern that I saw in the comments and on my socials. But all that being said, that is going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It would be really appreciated. And if you are new here, you want to guarantee you're always up to date, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.